There's an idea floating around that you only need 5 whiskeys on your bar at a time. Today, I'm going to share with you what my 5 whiskeys would be. Hey guys, welcome back to the Whiskey Tornado. I'm your host, Lance, and today we are talking about an idea that's floating around amongst whiskey YouTubers. This idea that you only need 5 whiskeys on your bar at a time. So we're going to talk about those. I'm going to give you my list today. First is the Daily Drinker. All right, this one's pretty easy for me. Daily Drinker needs to be cheap, needs to be good, needs to be something I'm not thinking about too much when I'm drinking it, just enjoying it, not worried about the cost. And that, for me, is gonna be Early Times Bottled in Bond. I can find this really regularly. It's a liter, $24. Tastes fantastic. There's wonderful fruits, caramels, vanillas in there, maybe even a little bit of butterscotch. Not super challenging to drink. We're at 100 proof here. Really a great bottle. In fact, I'm gonna pour a little bit while we go through the rest of this list. Second on the list, we've got Impress Your Guests. And I think this is a bottle that needs to be, there needs to be a subcategory to it. It needs to be one for beginners and then one for people that are into bourbon, have been drinking bourbon a long time. If you're looking for one bottle to impress your guests and they're newer to bourbon, it's pretty simple. It's the most commonly recognized bottle there is. That is Blanton's, the old horsey. So everybody recognizes this bottle, everybody's super excited to drink it, and if they're newer to bourbon, it's a really easy to drink bourbon. It's not going to be too challenging for them at what is it, 93 proof. So, and lots of good flavors in this one. Now, if I've got somebody coming over that is more of a bourbon connoisseur and I want to impress them, I'm not pulling out Blanton's because everybody kind of just rolls their eyes that's into bourbon at this point when Blanton's comes out. I'm going to be pulling out my Infinity bottle. Now, my Infinity bottle is in a Eleanor from the Crowded Barrel Distillery, the first crowdsourced distillery. And this is one of their first offerings that I was lucky enough to get. I finished the bourbon, which was fantastic. It was MGP juice. And now I use this bottle as my Infinity bottle, which I've been keeping for 2 years now. I drink a little, add some to it, drink a little, add some to it. And right now it is fantastic. It is really a good blend, and this will impress my guests because number one, it's a one-of-a-kind bottle, but number two, it tastes really amazing. So those are my Impress Your Guest bottles. Okay, number 3, we are looking for a cheap mixer. And to me, there's nothing better than Very Old Barton. This is a $14-ish bottle. This one is bottled in bond. Bottled in bond ones are not being made at this time, but they're still 100 proof. They're still really good. $14 bottle, really good mouth feel. You're not going to be upset when you mix this with if somebody wants it in Coke or in another cocktail, and it just tastes really good. Okay, bottle number 4, Something Great. My Something Great bottle is, this is kind of like your Friday night sipper. You have a hard week, you want to just sit down, relax, maybe have some challenging flavors. This is Knob Creek Store Picks. You know, you're talking about a $50 bottle, 120 proof. This one, you can find 9-year store picks pretty easily. This happens to be a 15-year, 3-month-old store pick that I have a couple of, but the flavors are just super dense, really good caramels, some cherries in there, sometimes some peanut flavors. Really good, fantastic bourbon to sip on when you've had a long week. And the last one is Something Special. So my Something Special bottle is really easy for me. It is Wild Turkey 17-year bottled in bond. This is a bottle that you only want to get out on very special occasions. This happens to have been put in a barrel the year my daughter was born. So my daughter's 17. It's a 17-year bottled in bond, which is extremely rare in and of itself. This is a fantastic bottle, but not for everyone. It's more of, I think it's a Scotch drinker's bourbon. There's some really challenging, it sat in an alligator charred barrel for 17 years, so there's some smoke in there, even some medicinal notes. Really, really heavy cherry pie notes, but the cherry pie is also paired with almost like a clove medicinal note because of that heavy char. And sometimes it can taste like almost like a medicinal cough drop. Some people don't like that. I happen to love it. I think this is one of the most unique bourbons on the market. And if I have someone come over for a special occasion who's into bourbon, they'll be super pumped to see this one come out. And I'm just excited to sip on it every year. All right, guys, so there you have it. The only 5 whiskeys you need on your bar at a time. If you guys have your own list, please let me know. What are your 5 whiskeys that you would have on your bar if you could only have 5? Thank you guys so much for all the support. We just started our Patreon page and we already have supporters there, so thank you so much. There's several tiers if you want to join and support the channel. We're doing a lot of fun things there, a lot of special content where I do some blind tastings. Also, we're giving away bottles, we're giving away samples. We even do bourbon tastings with your friends where I send you samples and we do a tasting via Zoom. So those are for our Patreon supporters. So again, thank you guys so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.